at times when we make a decision with absolute confidence, with absolute surety that we are on the right path, but somehow when we proceed, there eventually comes a phase where doubts begin to creep in.
The goal is not really your own. The goal is an influence, and that is inevitable because what you are pursuing is something of circumstances, something very ephemeral, temporal, coming from your surroundings, not really from your heart. And therefore our focus gets shifted, the attention remains fragmented, and we hop from one object to the other, one target to the other, and we do not know what to pursue. Does anything appeal to you infinitely, timelessly, unconditionally, anything?
Pranam Acharya Ji. I'm Rupanshi. I'm final year MBBS student. So I was going through the book Truth Without Apology, a book, and in chapter 53, which is immersed or lost, you have mentioned that if you are immersed in the right thing, there is no greater gift. So my question to you is, like at times when we make a decision with absolute confidence, with absolute surety that we are on the right path, but somehow when we proceed, there eventually comes a phase where doubts begin to creep in. And suddenly, what once felt very clear, it now seems to be very uncertain. And the choice we trusted, it begins to feel very heavy. And sometimes maybe we question the worth. And so, my question is, why does this shift happen at the very first place? And more importantly, when it does, how should we really deal with it?
Most of the times when you set a target, form a goal, it is coming from some fleeting influence. The goal is not really your own. The goal is an influence of particular conditions present at a particular place at a particular time. Now the time passes, the place changes, the conditions are no more. And when all these things around you that informed your goal are no more, then you find that your motivation with respect to the goal has waned. Because that's the way the ego is. Nothing it has is really its own. It's a product of its circumstances. That's how the ego operates. Right? So there was a time, there was a moment. It was in the air and you picked up something. Now the moment is gone, the place has changed, the night is over, it's another day. And you suddenly say, I don't want to pursue this. And that is inevitable because what you are pursuing is something of circumstances, something very ephemeral, temporal, coming from your surroundings, not really from your heart. And therefore our focus gets shifted, the attention remains fragmented, and we hop from one object to the other, one target to the other, and we do not know what to pursue. But life is limited. 80 years just fly away. That's the average expectancy. And we just keep rolling from one place to the other. Why? Because none of these places were actually our destination. And that's why none of those targets appeal to us beyond a point. Does anything appeal to you infinitely, timelessly, unconditionally? Anything? A piece of garment, a person, a place, a dream, an event, anything? No, everything fades off. And then we say heartbreak. Then we say, oh, it's tough moving on. What do we move on into? We move on into a similar kind of relationship. We set up a target now that is only superficially different from the one we have just run away from. And 80 years take 5 seconds to pass. It's all over very, very, very soon. It's very important, therefore, for those who consider life precious, to be very internally aware, to be very conscious of what is happening within. Where are our emotions coming from? Where are these thoughts and instincts arising from? What is the basis of my desire? Where did I pick this desire from? The world is a huge advertiser, is it not? It induces desire. And you think the desire is your own. Is the desire really your own? Or has the world induced it, sometimes very deliberately? Yes. And then in pursuing those desires, you find your precious life energy has been squandered. Yes, desires must be pursued, but only those that arise from your heart. And then you must put everything that you have into that, and that's the meaning of immersion. That's the chapter you were quoting. To be immersed is to be one-pointed. But you can be one-pointed only when you operate from the one center, not from 1,000 centers. 1,000 centers means 1,000 places where we are influenced from outside. Am I making sense?
Sir, then how do you differentiate whether the action is coming from the center of an ego or intelligence or the self-reflection?
Mirror. Mirror. Nobody can help you. Nobody can tell you. There is no miracle. There is no siddhi. There is no mantra that can help you in this regard. Even the great books and the great teachers are unable to cross this line. Only you can know what's really going on within. Only you. Only you. All that the great books of philosophy and wisdom can do is prevent you from getting dissipated in the false directions. But that does not mean that they can push you towards the right direction. They can't. That only you have to do on your own. You are sovereign. Nobody can force it on you. You have to look very honestly. And you know, that's a beautiful word, honesty. That's the sum total of all philosophy, all love for truth, all spirituality. Honesty, honesty. Without that inner honesty, nothing will work for you. Only you can know where you're coming from. You, for example, behave in a certain way. I can only point that maybe there is something fishy within. But if you just retort, no, I'm coming from a place of love. I'm coming from a place of love. There is no way I can prove anything. For the subtle insights that we have, no MRI, no X-ray works. Only you can tell what is really going on. All kinds of behaviors, for example, can be labeled as truth or love. I want to own you and possess you and control you because I love you. I want to cage you because I care for you. Now, how do you counter such an argument? Only the one advancing such an argument can counter this, and the mirror is the method. You have to have honesty. You have to have the intent to lead a truthful life. Just download the Acharya Prashant app, and there you go to the community section, and you have live testimonials streaming in at the rate of 1 every 5 minutes. I'm seeing lives change in thousands, if not millions, every day in front of my own eyes. We are doing it.
Right.
We have actually done it.
Join the community of more than 2 lakh participants on the Acharya Prashant app. Your first month is completely free. You'll get full access to Gita Mission. On the app, you will get regular live sessions, daily exclusive conversations with Acharya Prashant, access to the vibrant Gita community, wisdom exams, curated news, audiobooks, quotes, and much more. Search Acharya Prashant on Google Play Store or Apple App Store and download now.